welcome to yoga. Today's May 15th and we're making it through, aren't we? Hope everyone's healthy and happy today and ready to practice a little yoga. I think you're getting close to coming back, and I hope so, and I hope that you have paid attention during these yoga sessions and that you're feeling stronger and more flexible. I have been Zooming a lot of classes for a lot of people, 3 to 5 times a week. And in addition, I do a lot of Pilates on these reformer machines. I think that during this virus time, I'm stronger than I've ever been in my entire life. So I hope you're feeling that kind of strength. I hope you're really taking advantage of having all of this time to practice, and that you're getting stronger and more flexible. But pay attention to where your flexibility is today and where it is next week and the week after. And perhaps you're using these sessions 3 times a week. It is repetitive, but in that repetitiveness, it would be just like training for anything. If you repetitively run 3 miles, there's just going to be that point where you say, you know what, I'm ready to go for 5 miles. I'm ready to do, maybe 10, maybe 20, and that's how people work themselves into maybe doing a marathon. For you, it's building optimal physicality to play your game. And so as you get stronger and more flexible, it just puts you in a position to be winners. That's all there is. If you take this opportunity, your season is going to be incredible, because I guarantee you there will be players that will not take this opportunity. They will not use all of the additional time they've had when they've been at home. So I salute you if you're here doing yoga today, and I hope that you really take advantage. Bring your hands together and roll the shoulders back. Today my quote will be from Lou Holtz, and it will just talk about your decision to be a winner. So as you close your eyes and set an intention, I just want you to write that word across your forehead, proverbially, I am a winner. So as you think about being a winner and you think about all that goes into it, just kind of imprint that on your spirit today. Deepen your breath in and out. And we bow forward, all of us together. And come all the way up. Release your hands, and today we're going to go right away onto all fours. And we will start with cat and cow. So as you do cat and cow, we're going to look up, and as we look up, we'll draw the shoulders towards our body. And as we come forward or under and look at our belly button, we contract. And inhale, look forward, draw the arm bones towards you. And now press the arm bones away, drop your chin and look up. And again, inhale out. Big breath, tailbone lifts. Now tuck your tailbone all the way underneath you. Contract your abdominals. And looking forward, the shoulders are back. And exhale, come under. And now right in between those 2 places is neutral spine. Gravity will try to pull your belly down, and I need you to come up and support. Spread your fingers. Remember, the creases of the wrist bones should be parallel to your mat. Your hands are as wide as the outer shoulder muscles. And we start as we normally start with bent knee, down dog. You can see how my upper back is flat. I always need your upper back to be flat. So if you kind of look like this in down dog, I recommend every time you do a down dog to bend your knees. So even when I go to straight, your knees will be bent. Now pull up through the core and really support the low back. And get used to doing this action even if you're lifting weights, okay? And now we're going to pedal our feet. So bending one knee, drop the heel, and switch. And just start to warm up through your Achilles tendon. Perhaps you're turning on these yoga sessions after you've lifted or ran. This is just such a great idea because your body will be ready to stretch. And we'll do 2 more. And one more time. Now press the heels down. So even if the knees are bent to get your upper back flat, you're pressing your heels to the floor. And now lift up onto your toes and walk in between your thumbs. And look up and take a flat back. So see how I can shift my weight in my heels? I would prefer you have the hips right above the ankle bones. And then exhale, fold. And when you look up, if your hands are more like this to get neutral, see how my low back is neutral? That's where you should be, or even a little higher, because you guys are so tall. And then exhale, fold. Hands on hips, lift your chin. Your knees might have to bend, and we rise up. And we will do just a couple warm-ups to get the body ready to move. Big breath, these are sun salutations. Exhale, see how strong my arms are. Look up and breathe in, and a high push-up. Hands are wide, fingers are spread, lowering right to the floor in one single plank. Walk your hands back and curl into cobra and back to down dog. Breathing in and out. And lift onto your toes, walk forward. Look up, there's that flat back. Take a big breath. Exhale, let the breath go. Spread your arms. We're going to come all the way to standing and hands down. Really strong, straight arms. So if this is a strong, straight arm, stop here instead of coming here and starting to bend. Exhale, forward bend. Look up, we take a breath. High push-up. One plank movement, we lower to the floor. Walk the hands behind the shoulders. Point the feet. Everyone's elbows are bent. And then tuck the toes to go to down dog. Lift your right leg up. Bend your right knee. Both arms are straight. And look at your left foot. Your left foot is completely straight. Now look under your right arm without collapsing the left shoulder. Pull back your knee until you feel your ribs start to stretch. Now take the leg back to the sky, lunge forward, turn your back foot out. The back foot is only rotated 30 degrees, and we lift up the arms. Look up through the fingertips. The hands might be behind your head if the shoulders are very stiff and sore this morning. This will open up the pectorals. If you're here and you feel like it's in this kyphotic forward bend, then take the hands out of it for a while and get that good chest stretch. Now come to warrior two. It's really important in warrior two, your knee is directly above the ankle, so not angled in at all. The heels are pressing in and the tailbone is down. Now turn your palms up this morning and open up the shoulders. The gaze is forward. One more breath here. Now take the right hand down on the inside of the foot and lean back with the upper body. If that's a little too much on the shoulder, put your hand on the hip. Bring the ears back and keep stretching up. Both hands on the floor. We step to down dog. Holding the left leg up now. Bend the left knee and stretch that leg all the way back. Look underneath your arm. The foot is active. The right shoulder is not collapsing. Stretching the leg back to the sky. Lunge forward, turn your back foot out, and coming all the way up to standing. Beautiful, long stretch. The left femur bone pulls back. So this is the beginning of your hip opening today. As you try to bring the right hip forward and the left hip back, we start to open the hips. And this is a little heat involved in this pose. Come to warrior two. So as your body heats up, it can stretch more easily. Palms up, thumbs down. Breathing deeply in and out, just to move into the pose on the exhale. A little more deeply, inhale, we can even lift up a little. Now, the left hand goes to the inside of the foot, and the right arm opens, and we lean back here. You should feel your top shoulder blades slide down your spine. Both hands come to the floor, step back to down dog. Come to your knees. I'd like you to interlock your fingers. There will be a few of you out there that will not need to do that. Your palms will be flat. I'll demonstrate bound hands, but this is a shoulder opening stretch. And lift up. It's like down dog with your forearms on the floor. Your knees can still be bent here like in down dog, or they can be straight, but you're pulling your thigh bones back and pressing the arm bones forward. In the middle, your belly button is lifting like a cork. So it just holds you away from the floor. We'll take 2 more breaths here. Climb back up into downward facing dog and lunge the right leg forward. Set your left knee on the floor. The front knee is in front of the ankle and we come all the way up. Sliding up, pulling back, bring the hands behind the head and press. Your back toes could be tucked. Perfect. Now come up and straighten the front leg and take a forward bend over it. See how my entire foot is flexed and the heel is pressing into the floor. Shoulders are moving away from the floor. So no hunched backs here. Try to pull the heart forward, and I know that's hard at first. You'll get used to it. Now flatten the right foot again. Bring the left arm up and the left elbow across the thigh. The palms come together and we twist around the corner. So just moving through the spine now, but I need you to feel like someone is pulling your earlobes back. So pull your head back, and every exhale, take the hands more to the center of the chest. And inhaling back to the middle. Step to downward facing dog. And bring the left foot forward in between the thumbs. The knee goes down in the back, and we bring the arms overhead, behind the head, and press the chest forward and the elbows back. Knee is way in front of that ankle bone. You're dropping your pelvis towards the floor. One more breath here. Awesome. Come all the way up, straighten your front leg. Your right knee is below the hip, your foot is flexed. The kickers might go into a full split here. One more breath. Coming forward, lift the right arm, bring the elbow across the thigh, palms together, and we twist over the shoulder. Remember, we're going to pull the head back so that your cervical spine, your upper spine, is in line with the mid-spine. And coming back to the center, pressing to downward facing dog. One more breath, dropping those heels. Walk or jump your feet forward. Take a breath, inhale. Toe heel your feet apart. Grab your big toes with 2 fingers and 1 thumb. The knuckles face outward. And then notice my elbows are pulling up, but all of this trapezius area, the top shoulder area, instead of moving towards your ears, it's moving towards your low back or your tailbone. And you're pulling into your body. If your knees are bent and you have a great hamstring stretch, then keep them bent. Leaning forward, draw your inner thighs back. Breathing into the low back as it stretches. Breathe into your hamstrings as they stretch. Extend your arms, lift your chin, and we come all the way up. Wonderful. Hands are down. Bring the right leg up into tree pose. So grab the ankle, press the foot all the way to the inner thigh, and arms come up. Same rule of thumb here, but if you're looking into the screen and it's low, I want you to look above the screen. If you feel like you can bring your hands together, great. Pull the arm bones back and press the tailbone down. Now, bringing your hands to your heart, cross the right ankle over the left knee, and we come directly into a bigger hip opener. Shoulders back, hands at the heart. You can actually rotate your right knee towards the floor, probably in the next 5 breaths, a little more every time. The foot is flexing, and that directly relates to the safety of your right knee, so keep that foot active. And slowly we stand, kick out that right leg, and bring the left foot up into tree pose. Perfect. The hands come overhead. They can also stay at your chest, so if your shoulder is not great today, then we can bring our hands here, but the chest is always opening. So unless you hear me say the word C-spine, that means the pectorals are opening and the shoulder blades are engaged. Now take that gaze up, ground yourself into the floor, standing tall through the right leg. Bring the ribs in so I know that your core is engaged still. And drop your sit bones. Now bring your hands to your heart, cross your right ankle over your left thigh, and slowly bend the right knee and drop the left knee towards the floor. You can even use your elbow to press it down just a little bit more. And slowly we rise, kicking the leg out, and hands down. Bring the arms overhead, bind them. A lot of you will come hip distance or more apart, and there will be some with your feet together. We lean to the right with the hips moving to the left. Now, it's really important that you open up the left armpit and press down through the left heel and thigh bone. So if the left knee is bending a little, I need you to really integrate that power back. And rise up and move to the left. The hips move to the right. Now you're opening through the left armpit and pressing the left thigh bone and heel bone into the floor. You can drop your head. Your head can even rest onto your arm bone. And we come up really, really tall through the midline, and we go to the side. The hand comes down now, and please turn and look to the upper elbow or fingertips. And rising back tall, and to the left. The hand comes down, the eyes move up. And come back to center. Really nice, hands are down, and then we're gonna take our legs wide. This is nice deep forward bend. So the toes are inverted, the heels are out. You're welcome to turn onto your mat, hands on your hips, loop the shoulders and come all the way forward. Just putting the hands in between your legs. I almost guarantee you if your hands can't reach the floor, if you widen out, they will. Or remember, you can get a stack of books under your hands. Now, reverse the hands, lean to the fronts of your feet, press the knuckles into the floor and just take a deep breath or two. Hands on hips, lift your chin, we come up. Grab your towel or a strap if you have one. Inhale the arms wide. Place that strap in between your hands or grab your hands. Interlock the fingers and we come forward. Shoulder blades compress and we come all the way down. Leaning forward, tuck the belly away. One more breath. Lift the chin, and we rise all the way up. Really nice job. Inhale the arms wide. Take the right hand to the left foot or shin. So if it goes here or onto a stack of books, it makes no difference. I'm going to lift my left arm and move in towards my leg. And we switch sides. Open up the arm, the palm faces the open side of your body. And you can bring your face to the shin, but if this is an adequate stretch, remain here. Coming back to center, hands on hips, shoulders back, and we rise all the way up. Awesome. Walk your feet to the center of the mat, and inhale the arms overhead. Exhale, forward bend. Look up, we take a breath. High push-up. Lowering down. Good, now bring the left forearm across your mat. With the right hand, we reach for the right foot and press down. If this bothers your low back, put your head on the floor. But everybody's gonna roll their right femur and the right hip bone to the floor. Just stretching through your thighs and release on second side. Bring the leg up, come all the way in. Roll that left hip down. Press the thigh into the floor like you're trying to imprint it. And take it all the way back. Arms are back, palms face the floor, and lift up your arms and legs. Just a little bit of upper back work. You want to stretch your tailbone towards your feet. One more breath here. And we lower down. Placing hands on your shoulders. Knees are as wide as the mat, big toes together, and we sit all the way back into child's pose. And come up and we go right into frog. So frog is done as if you were doing a wide straddle pose. So the knees are wide, the feet are flipped towards your kneecaps. If you're here, you won't feel anything. So you want to press the hips back and down. The chest may come to the floor. The forehead may come to the floor. And if it does, I need to push back. Just one more breath, hang in there. It's like an ultimate straddle, and then come back in, big toes together, sit back, and then walk your feet all the way in. Lay onto your back, cross your right ankle over your left knee, take your hands to the hole and pull. Now listen, there will be quite a few of you out there that will not feel enough here. So if you don't feel enough, you're gonna sit all the way up and take your chest towards your thigh. Turn your knee away from you with the shoulders back. The foot is really flexed here, again, to protect your knee. And release and switch that top leg. Turn the knee away from you, shoulders back. So shoulders back and down with the leg forward. Awesome, there we go. One more breath, and softly release. And turning forward, bring the feet together. Butterfly pose, Baddha Konasana. You're gonna take your hands and open your feet like you're opening a book to read, and then the soles of your feet will face directly up. Use your elbows. You can do this pose with the feet together also. However, That often leads to a little bit of low back pain if you have a tendency to have low back pain. So I prefer it like this, using the elbows to press the thighs down, and then lift up until your spine is straight, and start to approach on every exhale the floor. So you lift up, take a breath, exhale, come towards the floor, and again, inhale. So not slamming down into your body all at once, just a series of forward bends. Good, nice, beautiful. Come all the way up, pull your legs in. I'd like you to extend your legs forward. Bring your right leg back. My left foot is flexed. Now lift the right arm and come forward. It might be only here, like you might not be able to come very far. That's all right. It's just about sensation in the stretch. In the forward bend, some of you are sitting up on a cushion. And now sitting tall, open that right knee just a little bit more and come right down the midline. Shoulders are back, I'm grabbing my heel. You could also grab your shin. If you have your little sweat towel, you could use that as well. And coming up, tuck the shoulder, bring the arm over. Really, really long stretch. And then if that's not a long enough stretch for you, grab the foot, and I grab my big toe, and we pull around using the bottom arm, the left arm, to dig in and have leverage. And sitting tall, straighten both legs. So we go down through the midline always. Bend the left knee, the right arm extends, and we diagonally reach and pull the shoulders back in the opposite direction. Nice, rise up. Opening the left knee, we come on a diagonal pattern down the midline. Always remember, if this is too much for the bent knee, there's no need for it to be bent that much. So if there's a lot of torque in the knee, support it with some books or a rolled up beach towel. For all of you lucky ones that live by the beach, probably lots of those. But there was a lot of years of my life when the knee was so swollen, my left knee, that I would have to soften it a little bit. So if it's filled with fluid right now, just open it a little. And then tuck and roll over. One more breath there. And we rise all the way back up. Nice. Both legs extend. One more hamstring stretch. Inhale and exhale forward. So again, you're sitting on a cushion perhaps. We're skimming the belly away from the thighs. And wherever you grab it, this can be your towel. However, I tell you all the time, you can do this stretch with bent knees if that feels better on your low back. And reach up and exhale, hands down, and move onto your back for Happy Baby and Shavasana. So as we come into Happy Baby, grab your right heel and grab your left heel. The modification for this would be to grab at the base of the kneecaps. And now extend your arms, palms are up, shins are parallel to the ceiling. We're going to roll to the right and slowly exhale back to center and roll into the left. Exhale back up. And to the right. And exhale up. And to the left. One more pass. Wonderful. Great. And hug those knees back. Cross the ankles, give it a bow. And palms, open up the legs. We'll take 2 minutes. Just a small meditation. Let the floor take your weight. As you see thoughts come into your mind, I want you to recognize that the thoughts are coming, but try not to get involved in any one thought or train of thought. Come right back up to that word. So whatever experience has happened this week, anything that pulls you away from the thought that you're a winner, you recognize how strong you are, how capable you are, how your thoughts are everything. Now slowly wiggle your fingers and toes. When you're ready, you're going to bend your knees and you'll roll over onto your right shoulder. Using your arms, we come all the way up, and everybody coming forward today. And this is the quote I'll finish with by Lou Holtz. You were not born a winner, you were not born a loser. You are what you make yourself be. And I love that so much. So at this time, more than any time, we have to do our due diligence. We are responsible for what we're going to be. And a lot of that begins in your thoughts, and then your thoughts take you to your behavior. So as you bring your hands to your heart and close your eyes, remember you have all of the power. One more breath and we bow forward again. Namaste. All right, take care everyone. Have a really great week and I'll see you next time.